Welcome everybody to um, one-off episode again of the Cemetery Files. I'm your host Shay Hill, and before I um, forget to bring in Kelly, she's coming. Hang on, there she is.
Oh, here I am.
Yep,
Here I is.
Kelly
Oh,
Schaefer.
oh, that's not gonna
Um,
work. There we go.
so yeah, we
My
it's
lighting's off.
we haven't really done too much of the Cemetery Files. Every once in a while, we'll do one here and there because we both are kind of busy and whatnot. But just felt it was time to do another show.
Regroup and come back home.
Yeah, kind
This
of.
is us coming back home.
Yeah. So how you doing?
Oh Lord, it has been a really interesting winter.
Mm-hmm.
I'm ready to let it go and move on to
Right.
spring.
Right.
Oh my gosh.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, yeah. Just too
Yep.
much.
I
Too much.
am.
How's you? How's you? What are you
I'm.
doing?
I'm.
What the hell's going
I'm
on with
done with
you?
winter.
Oh
I'm
yeah.
done with winter.
Oh yeah. Well, I found out this year that when you lose 100 pounds, it gets fucking cold in the winter.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah,
Yep.
it's
See.
real cold, and I don't like it.
Yeah. So yeah. I haven't really been doing too much. I mean, I've been trying to. I got this new thing going on now where I've got a new campaign I'm working on for the documentary film for Gettysburg. It's coming together okay. It's just
Do I get to
getting the
see you in
funding and everything.
Gettysburg?
Huh?
Do I get to see you in Gettysburg?
I don't know for sure.
Okay.
It depends on
Hey,
the funding.
if you need a room, I've already booked
Seriously.
the room.
Yeah. Well, it just depends on what's going to happen. I mean, I'm
Okay.
just kind of right now. I'm just kind of playing it by ear. But once I get hopefully I get the funding and get the things organized that I need to get organized. I got some people that are possibly going to be working behind the scenes for me to do some videos and
Oh,
shoots
nice.
for small video and shoots for my campaign. So I just set that up today. So yeah, I can't give away too much. It's really cool. It's the topic, and it's gonna be awesome once I get it done. But I spent half the day doing it, and I'm kind of like tired of already because I worked on
You
it
should have
most of the
said
day.
no. We'll do it another night. Oh my goodness, yeah.
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 Hmm.
I actually got off work
So.
early, kind of early. I just hung around for a little bit, but it's been a
Hmm.
really, really long week. I get the tired.
Hmm. It has.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Right.
Totally get the
Yeah.
tired.
I'm as I was talking with some other people lately. Um, I've been watching a lot of like ghost hunter shows,
You
and
mentioned
I
that.
don't watch.
And you're the
Yeah, and I
second
don't
person
watch
that's
that stuff.
mentioned that to me.
Yeah, and I'm like, and I'm kind of confused because right now I'm watching Jack Osborne's Homecoming Haunts or
Yeah.
something like that, which is really good actually.
I
Um,
absolutely I would adore to meet Jack Osborne. I would love to sit there
mhm.
and talk to him for a while. Yeah.
Oh yeah, 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 definitely.
Yeah, he's on my
I
bucket
really
list
think
of
that.
get to meets.
Yeah, I really think that. I don't know. There's something to me having this urge to watch these shows, and
Mhm.
I don't
Everything
know what it
happens for
is,
a
but
reason.
yeah, I know, but I don't
You're
know what
gonna
it
see
is, but
something. It's like me going in and I was watching Haunted Discoveries. And I absolutely
hmm.
love Brandon's work. I've watched Brandon since California days. Um
Hmm.
but the thing that the reason why I had to watch those shows was one episode they were talking about ancestral haunts,
Mm-hmm.
where your ancestors are the ones that are haunting you and guiding
Right.
you.
Right.
And at the very moment well, in the day before I watched the episode, I was just sitting there thinking about, is it really true that my ancestors are haunting me? Is it really true that, I've constantly questioned everything. And so here comes
Right.
this episode where this woman is literally saying everything I'm thinking. And I'm like, this is the reason
Mm-hmm.
why I was meant to watch the show. And you're going to probably have that same moment.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's something
Well,
in those
and
shows that
speaking
you
of
need.
yeah, Brandon,
Ancestry
I invited
or
him
Brandon?
uh a week or two ago
Yeah,
to a paranormal diner. So he said yeah, he's
Brandon's
just got a
amazing.
lot of editing to do. So we'll see.
Yep,
You know,
he's
we'll
a
see
great
what
guy. He really is. I
yeah.
I was very much attracted to the work that he was doing because of my original, and about the Historic Rescue Foundation. And that's the
Mm-hmm.
reason why I was actually trying to hook up with him and share thoughts and how do we do this and how do we protect it, protect sites and stuff like that. So yeah, Brandon's
Right,
been
right.
on my radar for a very, very long time.
Yeah, and I can watch his shows. I mean, I think I seen um I think I saw Haunted Discoveries on Amazon. But I think that they're in a
No, they're on
subdivision,
YouTube,
like a
and there was
different
another
channel.
one that I can't remember where they're at. We'd have to look it up.
It's T&E, I think it's called. I'm not, or
I,
something
I
like that. But
honestly,
no, it's
I couldn't tell you. I couldn't tell you where I was watching.
yeah. But yeah,
Oh, I'm
I'm
gonna
just
hate myself for this
like I
one.
said, it's just really weird that I've been kind of into these shows, and I did. I was watching um Jack Osborne when he had his other. He's got so many. It's kind of like me with my podcast. I
Hmm.
have several different podcasts. Well, he's got several different haunted or paranormal shows.
Yes,
I
he
mean, and
does.
so some of them were only one season, some of them were two, some of them were three. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
One of them was three. He had one where he went to the
that's the
washer
joy of
club
having your
and
own money to get these things going.
right, and to be able and to be able to see Michelle LeBaron there, on
Oh
that
yeah.
episode
Oh yeah.
with Virginia City, and
Ah,
I just saw that Virginia City is having a thing for St.
Virginia
Patrick's
City
Day.
is the week this month or today. I mean, I have been
But
hearing things about Virginia City for the last week. And it's like,
right, right,
why?
yeah, hmm
It's not like I
and
can
I
just
love Virginia
bebop over
City.
to Virginia City anymore these days. I've got to hop a frickin' Delta flight to St. Louis, or not St. Louis, to Salt Lake, and then connect into Reno.
Right, right.
It's not an easy jump
Yeah,
for me. So, universe, why?
right. There's a lot of different places in Virginia City. I mean, like when we were talking, it's like stepping back in time. And
Well,
I felt that way when I was in Tombstone.
well, it's like the first time I went to Virginia City. It was July 30th, 1999. I was on my honeymoon. We pulled into Virginia City because we heard it was a cute little town, and I instantly knew where everything was. I knew where the red light district had been. I knew whose houses were whose. I knew everything about that little town, and I have no idea why.
Hmm.
And I've been connected to that
I kind
town
of felt
ever
that way
since.
when I was up in the Rocky Mountains. Even though I had lived there and I had been kind of up there before, but that Mountain Lake Central City and Estes Park and all that, it just draws me in. I
The
love staying
Colorado
there.
area.
Yeah, I love everything in the mountains.
Yeah. See,
Like
it's
Colorado Mountain, like the Rocky
for me, it's
Mountains,
the
and
north side of the mountains. It's going in
I
up
just
into Oregon and Washington and Idaho, and yeah, that's the area that just pulled my heart for a long, long time.
hmm yeah. There was a new picture that I had that I saw. I don't know how new, but I recently had saw there was a picture of the Stanley Hotel of somebody standing in the foyer on the bottom of the main staircase, and they took a picture, and it looked like a reminded me of like a fireman.
Oh,
It looked
cool.
like he had a hat on. Look, you know what I mean? I just got that vibe that it was a
Are there any
fireman. You know
fires
that.
that are there any fires on record for
Yeah, I
that
think that
building?
there was something. Well, I mean, plus the fact that you had the girl, the one of the maids that fell through the roof or fell through the floor above the ballroom.
Holy
She didn't die, but she,
well,
you know,
a 10-foot fall, okay. Yeah.
yeah. So, I mean, there's so many
Could
different,
hurt.
and I love Stanley Hotel. I love, I got pictures of great pictures that one time of when I took pictures in the billiard room and I had the camera facing the the mirror, and behind me, FL Stanley standing behind me.
I remember that
I
trip.
that picture
You
is
told me
clear as
about that
day. I
one.
couldn't believe it. I could not believe it. And it was just like he was peeking around my shoulder. And I'm like, but of course, back then, it wasn't instant. I mean, I had to take the film to get it developed and wait for it for a week. And, that was, back in the early 2000s before we had really good cameras and on our phones. And they were just coming out. But yeah, it was crazy. I mean, I really liked that place.
There are
But
some
there's so many
places that,
different places too.
well, but I mean, I was just thinking about this the other day. It's about, we all have our favorite location. Why is it our favorite location? For me, it's Randolph at this point. And it's Randolph because I don't
Right.
know what I'm going to hit. I don't, and it is
Right.
active, but it gives different things.
Hmm.
Um, and this year we're doing, I don't even remember how many locations we're going to, at least 9 or 10 of them. No, it's more than that. It's like 12 or 13,
Yeah.
14, somewhere around in there. I'm hoping that there's going to be a couple this year that I feel are going to also add to my bucket here, because there's just, I don't like the places that are constantly visited. It I want the places that
Hmm.
are newer. I want the places, it's like we're going to Airbnbs that I've discovered along my travels that are haunted. I mean, this first one that we're
Hmm.
doing is a haunted Victorian that I didn't expect it to be haunted. I just saw a Victorian and loved the architecture and just was, oh, I really want to see the inside and stay on the inside of a Victorian.
Right.
Opened up that back door, and right to my left, yeah, left hand, right to my left was this old woman
Hmm.
sitting in the chair, and she wasn't happy to see me. And
Right.
that
Right. Right.
entire house was active the whole time we were there. So I put it on the list for today for this adventures this year. And then
Yeah. That's
we're
crazy.
doing the
It's just
farmhouse. You remember the
yeah.
farmhouse with the hot air balloon that
Yeah.
landed in the
That
yard?
we
We're doing
stayed
that
there.
one too. Yeah.
That was when those people that were flying over. Well, you weren't there.
No, I had gone to go get the pizza.
Yeah.
And we
So
saw the balloons when we were driving
They were
around.
flying. Yeah, they were flying over us. I mean, they were so close. I thought they were going to hit the phone
I'm,
wires,
I'm like,
or
oh
the
my God,
electricity
what an
line. And
experience, right?
it was. And the one of the girls goes down and says, "You're staying in the haunted
The
farmhouse." And I'm like,
haunted farmhouse.
and I was like, well, I already knew what was there,
Oh yeah. Walking
but
in, she was
she was
standing in the
standing
kitchen when
in the
I
window
got
in the
there.
kitchen. Yep, she was standing in the window in the kitchen, and
She was standing in the window in the kitchen, watching
she
people
was
come and
nice. I
go.
mean,
She was.
she was totally,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
little old lady.
She really wanted us to
And
leave when it was time for us to go, but
yeah, yeah, I know that there was, but she was basically the only one that I saw in there.
yeah, she was basically the only one. I felt creepy upstairs. I mean, you got one
I
of the
think that
creepy
there's some
bedrooms, and then Clay
residual,
got the other creepy bedroom.
right? I think that there was some residual
Yeah.
energy up there.
Yeah. But that's,
Yeah. So,
I can't wait
but
to get
it's funny because the upstairs
yeah.
was kind of similar to the farmhouse that I grew up, that I lived in when I was in high school.
Okay.
The staircase was almost exactly the same. Where the bedroom was almost exactly the bathroom. The same thing. It was kind of like similar. It was really weird.
Yeah.
It was like stepping back in time for me. But it was
Weird.
pretty cool, you know. But I mean, yeah, there wasn't anything nefarious there. There wasn't
Yeah.
anything, you know what I mean? We were
Yeah.
there. She was like, "Yeah, enjoy yourself." You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And
She was a little
so the
grumbly to
land, on
me.
the other hand, there's some things around the land that I really didn't get
Uh-huh.
into because I was too tired. You know, I was
Well,
really
shoot,
super
you
wiped out,
busted your
and
butt and drove all the way down from Wisconsin to Kentucky
right,
for that
right,
hunt.
right, right.
And that was
Six and a half
when we
hours I
all
did,
did that's when
and
we all did Waverly Hills.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
and that was just. I think it was. God, it was. I was so tired, and I should have like napped right away when I got there. You know what I mean? I should have
I can't
slept or
remember, you
something
did
because I
nap at
was.
some point, and I can't remember when you crashed. Yeah,
It
I
was
pretty
like
much
when,
let everybody do what
yeah,
they
it
do.
was in the afternoon. I don't know why I didn't. I was watching Ghostbusters on TV. Remember? Because
Ghostbusters was on TV. It was so fun. Here we were all together and we were all in the Airbnb and Ghostbusters. Come on, it could not have been
right,
a better weekend. That weekend
yeah,
was the highlight of
yeah,
my entire year. Oh,
and we had, and
absolutely.
even at night when we had, we were looking at the stars and
Oh,
stuff and
the
trying to find
stars.
UFOs in that aspect. You know what I
We
mean? It was
saw
just
them.
like
We saw UFOs.
there
Yeah.
was crazy things out there.
Yeah. So
But the
this
land
is
itself
so that
was,
how could I not do that one again this year? You know?
yeah,
It's like,
I don't know.
so I like these places.
I
I like the places
I
that are just
wasn't
not
I wasn't I wasn't thrilled really
commercial.
with Waverly. I really, I don't know. It just
Yeah.
I don't
I
know
was
what it was.
impressed with
I
the
did not
architecture.
feel well. I
Yeah,
did
you
not
did
feel
not.
well towards the end. I was like really, my whole body was screaming in pain.
Yeah.
And I think it was a lot of it was residual energy, and I think it was
No,
a
it
lot
was
of it was
climbing up and
just,
down that death chute.
oh my gosh.
Oh my God, that was
No,
like unending.
and I let you guys do that. I did not want
You
to go
stayed
down
at the
that
top.
death
You
chute.
didn't come down? I thought you came
No, I
down.
didn't. I stayed up there with who did I
Oh my
stay up
gosh,
there
the
with? I
bottom.
stayed up
Oh,
with
wow.
what's her name's mom? Kim. I think, was it
Kim,
Kim?
Kim,
Yeah. We
Kim
sat
and
there.
Ashley,
That's why I got touched. My butt got touched.
your butt
I was
got
sitting
pinched.
there on the edge, and I felt this touch. Something touched me on my backside, and I'm like, I just got
You walk
touched.
down those, you walk down the death chute and it literally absorbs your flashlight. You have
Oh
hardly
yeah, yeah,
any
yeah.
light to see by. And you're going down
Right.
and you're going down and you're going down and you're like, oh, we should be at the end. And you're going down and you're going down. Oh, we should be here. Oh, and we're
Yeah.
going down. We're going down. And it was like three or
Yeah.
four times I did that before we actually got to the bottom. And by the time you got to the bottom, you were exhausted. At
Right.
least us
I
old
did
people were.
not go down there. I mean, me and Kim had experiences up, sitting up, waiting for you guys to go down and come back up.
Yeah.
I got touched. We both heard a knocking. I mean, we both, heard something, and it was like shuffling, and that was just like, okay. But the coolest thing that I thought, being on, I don't know if it was the third floor or the second floor or whatever, when we saw that bat.
Ah, the bat was cool.
we I took a picture of that bat.
I can't
I,
believe
I
all of
just
us
thought
went,
bats.
we went up in the penthouse. We went up in the penthouse.
Right, right. Yeah. I
Of
mean, it
course
was
you
just,
do. You're the K2 crew.
and there, and God bless Clay, but he was so much full of energy. I wish,
He
I
is.
swear he was robbing me of mine because he was on the go constant. I was like, he was so excited,
He
and
is.
I was happy for him. I just could not get over
His
exhaustion.
energy is one that the only way I can describe it, and it is by no means derogatory, it's childlike. He
Yeah, oh,
finds
I would agree.
joy in so many different
Right,
things
right.
and
Yeah.
expresses it so freely and so openly, and God bless his
No,
heart.
and
He's just an
I totally agree with
encouragement.
that. And
Yeah.
I don't think that's being derogatory at all. I mean, I
No,
think
he's just
that's
that
true.
he is one of the most heartfelt people I've ever met in my life.
Yeah, yeah. And remembering how we were, or when I was a kid that acted like that, that's
Yeah.
exactly how I was.
Yeah.
You know, and for him to be like that, and it was kind of like because I was so much in pain, and I was like, Clay, just stop. You know, because I was just like, stop, you're killing me. You know,
I
because I
absolutely
couldn't keep
I
up.
drove to and from with him in the car, and it was just we had a blast. I had so much
Yeah,
fun.
yeah. I
Yeah.
love Clay. You
I
know, I
love
was
him so
just the
much.
fact that
We
I
always come
wanted
down
to
to
be able
Clay.
to I wanted to be able to have that energy to do all that stuff, and I just didn't. I just it wasn't Waverly was not an interested. I wasn't interested really in one iota, except for
I like the architecture.
the hallway. The hallway where they had all the open windows where
Yeah.
fresh air would come in when
Yeah.
they would have the beds out there for people to get fresh air. That is
Right.
the only section that I truly felt welcomed at. You know what I mean?
Yeah. True. True. Yeah.
Um, I just didn't. I don't know what it was. I would have rather been there during the day. I mean, seriously. I mean,
Yeah. That's
you
a
know,
location for the day. It really is. I got to agree with you on that one. That's a location for the day. And I can't wait until locations start
I
offering
just saw some
day
pictures of that during the
investigations.
day, and yeah, you know, I just saw the some pictures of the when somebody took during the day of the sun shining through and this and that, where all the hallways, and it looked very welcoming and very. I don't know what it was, but it's that I wouldn't mind investigating if it was during the day. It was nice outside. You had a nice
Yeah.
warm breeze, even if it was that close to the sunset. You know where you know what I mean. But yeah, that would be pretty cool.
There's a lot of there's a movement right now to start getting some daytime tours, and I completely agree with them 100%. I don't have to hunt in the dark. I can hunt anytime during the
Yeah,
day. That's it. I anytime.
right. Yeah. Right,
And
yeah,
yeah, it's
and
fun at
you
night,
don't
but
necessarily have to do it at night. It's just right. You don't have
yeah.
to do it at night. I mean, I've
No.
investigated in the afternoon.
Yeah.
You know, I've had spirits interacted with me in the afternoon at my old apartment that I
It,
had told stories about. You
it's
know,
not
and
there's no time
it
schedule
doesn't have
in my book here
no
over
no, and
here with the
a lot of people
pass
don't
through.
a lot of people don't understand that you don't have to be doesn't have to be dark. It doesn't have to be in you know. It's just easier to adhere to that emotional
Well,
state.
for me, I'm very comfortable in the dark. I just
Hmm.
I move very easily in the dark, and for me,
Hmm.
it's a comfort. So investigating the dark's fun for me, but
Right.
I would love to do some daytime investigations just because you have to tune up different senses to go out and do the daytime as opposed to
Hmm.
doing the nighttime. Nighttime's
Right.
quiet, daytime you have to take into daytime noises going on and all that birds singing, and it
Right.
kind of
Right.
tests
Right.
it tests your investigation skills if you're doing it during different times of the day.
Right. Right. Yeah.
And
I
you
was
know me,
watching an
I'm not
episode
one
of
that's chasing bullshit. I'm out there doing actual let's see
right.
what's actually here. And I'm
I
not
was watching an episode of Jack Osborne's Welcome Home investigations or whatever it was, and they were investigating this thousand I don't know how many years 1,000 year old pub or something like that that was in Britain, and it was just it was crazy. I mean, it was totally crazy. I mean, it was
I can't wait for Scotland.
oh my gosh. I mean, I you should probably check it out. It was really cool. I can't remember the name of it.
It
The Swan Inn or something like that. But
Oh,
it
if
was
it's
just
the
like,
Black Swan Inn,
yeah,
yes.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah. Well,
yep,
I'm
yeah.
doing
There's
I'm going to Scotland in 2027.
okay,
I have committed to our cousin,
yeah,
Anna Ling.
yeah,
I've committed to our cousin that I'm going to be there next year. So
okay,
I'm going to spend a week
nice.
going around and traipsing in the footsteps of my ancestors, and then I'm going to go down and visit Anna and Peter and the Kidlins, and hopefully go
Nice.
ghost hunting because they've got a couple of sites that they're running down there.
I think going anywhere in Scotland would be
Oh, hell yeah. Anywhere anywhere in England. Think how old that place is.
anywhere in Europe.
Anywhere in Europe. Think how old it is.
Yeah,
Ah, let me hit it.
yeah,
I want to
yeah,
feel that energy.
yeah. I mean, if you're going to Scotland, I mean, you should probably hook up with Barry Fitzgerald.
Oh, no.
You know, I mean,
I'm not gonna hook up
he's
with
got,
Barry. I'm gonna go
huh?
hang out with Drew. I'm gonna go hang out with Drew and watching Ben Spoons. Drew
Okay.
McAdam and go. I'm gonna go hang out with Drew McAdam and watching Ben Spoons and learn how to
Yeah.
read minds from him.
Yeah. I wouldn't even want to try that. That's just like, no way. Not
I
me.
am fascinated with it. Absolutely fascinated with it because there's got to be it for me. It's good. There's got to be a physical reason why it happens. Because if there isn't a physical reason
Right.
why it happens, oh, teach me how.
No, no.
Yeah, this guy. I met Drew. I met Drew over the internet and well over Facebook, and he had posted a picture of a window he took for when when he arrived at a location where he was going to be doing one of his demonstrations. And I'm like, you got a full bodied apparition, period. The end. That is the best photograph
Yeah.
I've ever seen in my life. And knowing
Right.
that he's a photographer and knowing that he wasn't going to fake anything, I'm like, dude, A plus. It was
Right. Right.
beautiful. And we just kind of formed a friendship from there. So I told him if I'm in Scotland and he's got a gig, I'm going to make sure I'm there for it. So,
Right. Right.
but
That's cool.
there's a lot of different things that I've been working over the winter. I've been doing a lot of writing on pieces that have been coming to my head.
Hmm.
Doing debates on whether dogs should be in investigations, how teams are changing, um, how the
I
internet,
think dogs
how,
might.
huh?
What about bringing cats?
Cats might actually be a little bit easier about it, but you'd have to leash train them and stuff like that. Cats would actually be better. Dogs would be too empathic, I'm thinking. Because
I think
I
I think
really
it's
wanted to take
I think
Daisy with
it's
me.
certain dogs, not all dogs. Certain dogs.
Ah,
Cats are already half in, half out, anyways. So that they're
cats are
already
assholes.
they can they can see that spectrum. Oh no,
I'm like, what the fuck are
that's
you
what.
talking about? That's normal to
Yeah,
me.
they're without dispute. No, cats are assholes. Yeah,
Oh yeah,
I
cats
get it.
are assholes.
Yeah,
And I don't mind it one bit.
they're yeah. I love my cats, but yeah, there's times where our half in, half out cat, because he's half inside, half outside. You know, he's a fat boy. Oh my god, he's fat, and he is, and we call him Chunk because it reminds me of Chunk from the Goonies.
Oh, that's
And
funny.
but yeah, it's just he'll come in and he'll hang out. He likes to be petted, but only on his terms. And he purrs really loud when you pet him, but there's been times where he'll like be like, "Oh yeah," and then he'll go to bite you, and it's like, okay. So, but there's times where you know you just you just want to be able to you know to hug him and kiss him and but he's not one of those type of cats like my other two.
Hug him and kiss him and call him George.
Yeah, no, he doesn't like that. He doesn't like to be kissed at all. He's like, get away from me. But no, but he's a pretty cool cat. I play with him in the yard sometimes, and throw his. There's a toy out there that he chases. But it's just the fact that talking about cats in an investigation is. I was kind of half joking, but if you actually think about it,
If you actually think
you
about
know
it,
what I mean,
they might be useful.
right? That would
Hmm.
be something to try out. You know what I mean?
How would you train a cat to
So,
do it? Yeah.
well, you'd have to have the cat would have to be leashed
Yeah, the cat
because
would have to be
God
leash
knows the
trained, but
cat
how
being
would
in an open space like a castle or something, you would
but
never
quite
see that cat.
yeah, and if he's just walking along, he's going to notice things, and you can just simply look and see what the cat's looking at, and that might actually
Right.
work.
Right.
Because the
Or
cat's not going to.
he,
When the cat jumped, though, you really need to pay attention to it.
right. Yeah, I mean, it's just weird. I just think that would be a really cool experiment. But that's just me.
I don't think dogs. I've thought about it, and I don't think dogs would actually be good with it. And that I mean, I'd
I
love to
would.
take Daisy everywhere I go, but
Well,
that's not.
I know, but I mean, I would if anybody, if it would be any type of animal like dog wise, I would probably be more apt to use a German Shepherd just because of the fact that their level of intelligence. But
Oh, if
also,
you're looking at level of intelligence, I would go with a golden retriever.
well, yeah, too. But also,
Their intelligence level is off the charts for a dog.
a Malinois, I think it's called.
Oh, they're just
Um,
beasts. No.
oh my
they're
gosh, but
they're
they are
fur
highly
missiles.
intelligent.
They're
They are
they're they're
awesome,
they're intelligent, but they're fur missile intelligent.
and they're very
They're
high
not
strung too.
caring, emotional, intelligent like a
My
golden retriever is.
uh my wife's coworker, not coworker, her one of her uh, customers um, has a Malinois, and she paid. What would she pay? She paid $10,000 for this dog. Was that what it was?
Yeah, they're
Something like that. Yeah, I mean it was, and he
that's
was
that's a
trained.
dog. You better have time for it. And you better be able to take it through its paces because that dog needs to work. Needs
Yeah,
to
yeah,
work.
yeah, yeah. I got to pet him.
Mhm.
He's a beautiful dog,
Oh yeah, they're
and
gorgeous.
it's
They're
just,
absolutely
oh my
gorgeous dogs,
gosh.
and oh my God, they are most efficient in what they do. But
Yeah.
you've got to be a person that's really into Malinois and know what they need to give them a good life.
Hmm. Right.
Not anybody can just pick
Right.
up a
Not
golden retriever.
everybody has that. It's almost like
I keep hitting
you
my
know what, like
microphone.
when people get, remember when people were getting all those Dalmatians when that movie came out and everybody like, oh, I want them, and then nobody could take care of them because they're high strung animals. You know what I mean? I mean, everybody was like, hey, what happened?
There we go. Oh, I hit
You
my
can,
microphone, it fell down and it turned off. So you also
yeah,
have to
I
take
was,
into account that Dalmatians are also born deaf.
yeah,
Quite a few of them. So in that whole Dalmatian craze, when you're off there just breeding one to another and another, and there was a lot of deaf ones that were born.
hmm, yeah. Well, yeah, and it's just it's just weird that you know even rabbits, oh, we love rabbits, we want rabbit, and then they realize that they don't want to take care of them anymore, and then they just let them go, and it's like, I've known
Yeah.
people to do that, and
Yeah.
it's just like, man. But going back to cats, uh, I tried playing on my phone. I tried playing some old Egyptian music. for my
To your
cats,
cat?
and one of them perked up and was like, "What the hell is that?" Yeah, yeah, Egyptian music, and yeah, it was
Okay, so
kind of
not
funny,
every
and
cat
and
was
she
born
was
in
like, "What
Egypt.
the hell is that?" Yeah, and it was so funny. I mean,
I
somebody had
don't think that.
suggested that on TikTok or something. I'm like, I don't believe it. And then I did it, and then only one cat was like, yeah, whatever. And I don't know what that is. The other cat was like, what is that? And then lost interest. So who knows?
I just tried different treats
But
with the girls. That's all. No. So, so what is your mission for like the next year?
I would like to actually, I would like to have that documentary done that I have, that I'm working on. I'd like to have that done, and I want to be able to put the work into it. I want to be able to, have somebody, believe enough in me to, and the people I have around me to make this documentary and to be able to. I want to integrate some of the paranormal, the spiritual aspect of it, because the fact that there's a lot of that energy around. Excuse me, Gettysburg, and I think that some of that is can be very disruptful. Disrupt. What's
Disruptful.
the word I'm looking for? Disruptful. Is that a word?
Mhm.
Okay, that's where my brain, because of my stroke years ago, my brain says that's not a word, and then somebody says yes, it is,
Yeah,
and
it
so I
is
argue with my brain because it doesn't sound
disruptful.
right to me. Disruptful,
It's because you have to
and
change your entire mouth to say the last part of it.
yeah, I don't know. That's just
It
weird.
shouldn't be a word.
So
That's it. I'll agree with your
it's
brain. It shouldn't
the
be a
energy
word,
there
but
is
it
very
is.
disrupting.
There, it was very
You know what I
disrupting.
mean?
That's another one.
Disrupting, and it can affect different things in areas that around Gettysburg, the battlefields and whatnot. And I just think that there's so many different stories that need to be told, hidden stories of hope and courage and even love. I mean, there's a
Hmm.
lot of different of that of those stories around there, and I want to be
Right.
able to dig deep into there and find those stories and be able to showcase those so people can understand. Yeah, it not only was a terrible time for to be in the Civil War, but there were some things that happened that were born out of there that were positive. And as crazy as that sounds, there were.
Right.
There was a lot of tragedy as well, but I mean, there's stories behind stories of inspiration and hope and courage and all that stuff, and there's spirits behind those,
Oh yeah.
and I
Oh
want to be
yeah.
able to tell that story. So,
I was feeling that
but I mean,
when
as
Larry
for
was down there.
yeah,
Hmm.
I mean, it's a beautiful part of the world, of America. It's that whole East Coast. We can go back and talk about the 13 colonies. We can go back and talk about George Washington and Sam Adams and all that stuff.
Hmm.
And there's so many different stories. Even including my third great grandfather. I'm sure there's stories of him because of the fact that he knew Samuel Adams and or I mean, not Samuel, John Adams, and he also knew um, Thomas Jefferson. And it's documented that he was part of that political realm,
Right.
and he actually has a Wikipedia page of himself as my third great grandfather. So those stories of you know history, I really would like to dig into that, but
Hmm.
it's finding that drive to do so.
You have to have the passion for it. You really do.
Right.
It's passion that really seriously drives the soul. I'm pretty sure of it.
Hmm. Right. And I believe in that, having that path, that passion, and that goal orientated emotion. I think that is, it's important to have. But somebody like me who has stripped down and ruined half of my emotional being because of my addictions or my choices or whatever I did to my body, I struggle with that. But that's my own fault. That's my own doing, and that's something that I
Mm.
have to live with. Yeah. So
Well, I mean, then okay, you want to get into that kind of thing? Well, you're looking at me who grew up with no emotion. I
yeah.
mean, literally, you're stuck in Jehovah's Witness, and you're not celebrating holidays. You're not doing this. You're not doing that. I'm stuck in a household that's so logical, it's pathetic. There's emotions not being shown, but
Right.
I'm still trying to figure out all this friendship thing and all of the, people thing, and
Right.
yeah, I think there's a lot of things that we all go through in life as we're getting to the point of where we start realizing each other or realizing who we are. And there's a lot of tragedy that we all have. There's a lot of trauma that we all have. And it's being able to look at the other person and honor their wounds that makes
Hmm.
us all friends.
Right.
And quite frankly, that's everything I'm thinking about when it comes to the circle of friends that I have. It's like we're all
Right.
honoring each other's wounds. It's like, yeah, I hear you. I see you. And I think that's a lot of what the paranormal is, because there's not a
Right.
whole lot of people in the paranormal that came from, really great backgrounds and all that kind of stuff. We all kind of have our own stories, and I hear them every time I'm out
Right.
on a haunted adventure. I hear everybody telling me stories. And we're all coming from that same
Right.
place of not being accepted for who we are and what we are. And the paranormal gives us that
Right.
window. It gives us that opportunity to be heard.
Right.
And we need to
So I think
respect
it's a
that.
lot of it is just with personal experience, and
Yeah.
even going through all of that, you know, growing up and whatnot. It's just there's always somebody else that probably has it worse than you, or has experienced something different, from you. But you
You
can
can
help
relate
that
to it.
person by,
You can help them.
yeah,
Yeah.
you can relate to it, and that's a lot of it
I think
is
that
just the relation
that
to it.
that was probably one of the best things that my psychiatrist and therapist ever said to me. Independently, they both asked me. They said, "You need to write a book." And I'm like, "Why?" They're like, "Because everything you've been through just in the last year would help somebody."
Hmm.
And then they said, and based on your entire life history, oh yeah, you need to write a book. And I'm like, maybe I will. But I try to talk about it. I try to be very open about it, and I
Right.
try to not shy people away from talking to me, because if I'm the only one that hears them and I help, I'm good with that.
Right.
It might be 10, 15 minutes, maybe 2 hours, 3 hours. There's been times that I've talked to somebody for 4 or 5 hours while I'm just sitting there listening to them. Not that I'm encouraging
Hmm.
everybody to call me, but I don't mind doing it.
Kelly's
It's
number is.
bleep, bleep.
Yeah. Right. Right. Yeah.
No, but
I
I
don't have
I
that bleep
don't.
button on my keyboard,
It's my
but yeah.
for me. It's my gift back to the world. I mean, I didn't have a
Hmm.
place to talk, and I'm allowing people to have a place to talk
Hmm.
so that they can let it out. And to
Well, yeah,
me,
like
that's my
like
gift back to the
remember when
world.
we were going through Kentucky
Yeah.
and we all ate at that restaurant? We all sat at
Oh
that
my
big
gosh,
ass
that was
table,
so much fun. Oh,
right? And we were in a building that held,
so many
who was it?
stories.
Oh yeah, so many. But it was from
It had been
was it
in the town forever.
what was it? The Three Stooges?
No, it was was it the Three Stooges? I could find that. Clay got a menu
Clay would
for me.
know.
Clay would know.
But I mean, it was an
It's
old
over
building, and
there
it
in my
was great
memorabilia.
food, and you had that whole
Yeah,
family aspect of it. I mean, that
that's
was great
yeah.
because the fact that when we did that investigation at that funeral home in Ohio, that was fun. That was a good time, you know.
And that's
And
what I try to share every time I book a haunted adventure. That's what I try to share. It's that whole
yes,
community. It's that whole let's hear everybody's story. Let's talk. Let's make a family.
right,
Yeah.
right, yeah, yeah, I agree.
I
Well,
can't
it's
tell you
been,
how
but it's
wonderful it was seeing you the last year.
huh?
I got to see you
What's that?
twice last year.
Yeah, I know, right? That was crazy.
I was so excited.
Was that? Did I get to? I got to see Clay twice.
You got to see Clay twice too. I didn't tell him that he was going to see you the second
Oh,
time.
he was like, he was
I
like
I
that. There
I
again,
saved
he was that
that. I
12-year-old
saved
kid
that.
jumping up and down.
I
Yeah,
know.
yeah.
When
He
we were
was
in,
like,
I told him I said I had a surprise for him. And he kept trying to get me to tell him what the surprise was, and I wasn't going to tell him. And then when he saw you, it's like, oh my God, he just went off the charts. It was so cool.
yeah,
I loved it.
yeah,
It was
yeah,
awesome.
yeah.
You're
Yeah,
going
he's
to
like
have
a
to
little
come down
brother.
more this year.
Yeah, yeah. I agree.
Hey, I got
Well,
invited
I
back.
think we're gonna call it. I think
Oh
it's
no,
been
I
almost an
gotta
hour.
advertise one thing. I got invited back to the Tennessee Wildman Crypticon.
Okay.
Yep,
Well,
I'm going in
congrats.
August. I'm so excited. I can't wait.
Nice,
I'm gonna do my Ask a
nice.
Witch again because Ask a Witch was so popular last year, and I had so much fun doing it. So I'm gonna do Ask a Witch again this year.
I don't get invited anywhere,
Well, you gotta
so
start putting yourself out
I
there.
don't
You
know.
gotta say,
I guess
I'm
there.
available.
No, I put myself out there enough, and so, but yeah, it's just maybe I look at it. There's probably a reason for that, and I'm okay with that.
Well, it's because you're
You
such a
know.
recluse.
Yeah. Right.
You're more of an introvert than I am.
Oh yeah. 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 If I could crawl under my rock, I would.
If you could crawl underneath your rock, you would. I know. But you want to do all this other stuff. You want to
I
be
don't.
out there a little bit,
I'm
but
like it's like an octopus that puts feelers out there and touches everything every once in a while and then hides back in the. Oh, you dropped your mic again. I can't hear you.
yeah, the universe did that because you didn't want to hear my information. I said, you want somebody that takes you out the door by your hand and leads you.
Yeah.
You need somebody
Yeah.
that drags you out from underneath that rock.
No, I like my rock. Thank you very much.
I know you like your rock. You come by it honestly. It's a trait that runs in our family.
Right.
We
Right.
all like our rocks very
Mhm.
much.
Yeah. All right, Kelly. I want to thank you for joining me on a one-off
Of
on this
course.
podcast.
I will
Uh,
always join you if I'm available.
okay, and we'll do it again sometime.
I
And maybe
know.
we'll have to get Clay on here.
We
You
got to
know,
get Clay on
and
the
talk.
next one. We have to get Clay
Yeah.
on the next one.
Yeah.
Oh, that
Yeah. We
would be
will.
so much fun.
Yeah. Yeah. We'll definitely have to do that. So. All right.
Shout
So
out to the
anybody
Haunted
that
Adventure
shout
Club
out to, yeah, and tell people where they
and
can
K2
find you.
Paranormal. Huh?
Tell people where they can find you.
You can always find me on Facebook. I'm either under Kelly Schaefer Haunted Adventures, Haunted Adventure Club, or K2 Paranormal. Yep.
Okay.
Those are the three places you can find me.
Everybody can find me at Studio Six Media on this page on YouTube, as well as TikTok and Instagram, and you can find me on Facebook,
Yeah, I got those other ones too, but
and
I let the
as well
marketing
as
department do those.
J Paranormal on Instagram, Paranormal Diner on Instagram. Um, yeah, I have I was telling somebody the other day, I have a new show coming up. It's another podcast, and it's called Unscripted Real to Real.
Ooh,
So that one's going to be really kind of fun, and I'm in the
nice.
process of getting that going. So anybody that involved with acting or movies or behind the camera or in front of the camera, just hit me up. Let me know, and we'll see if we can't set
Oh,
something.
heck, go back and get our old friend. He might need
Yeah.
some help.
All right. So, on that note, I want to thank everybody again for watching, tuning in, and I want to thank Kelly. And this is
The